Hey folks, one of the most common questions I get on my YouTube videos, especially this year, is where do you get that? And this is just a Z-Man Scented Jerk Shad, and I use them in 4s, 5s, and 7s. It's not what they're referring to. They're referring to the eyes. So people will know, how do you get that on there? Here's what I do. It's not fun. It's a little bit tedious. It's messy, but this is the technique. Let's talk about different eye sizes though first. The 5/16 or the 9/32 are the ones that I will use for the 7-inch Scented Jerk Shad, and then I got them smaller. I'm gonna put that away because it's about to blow away. The 7/32, and I think I got these at Lure Parts online. They're good size. This one, I think also, yeah, 7/32 is about right for the 4 and the 5-inch Scented Jerk Shad. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna use this tray. I'm gonna slide everything off of here, and we're gonna do some 4s and 5s right now. But I'm basically gonna line up a bunch of them here first. So all I'm doing here, I'm gonna line up a bunch of these facing the same direction. Had some real good luck with the 4-inchers here just recently, and this color is Shiner. I like the Shiner. This is actually the color that I caught that 7-pound 1-ouncer. The color and the size, I caught that 7-1 out on Dwarf Shack with. Very good, very good bait that they don't even think about. So I'm just unloading a bunch of packs here. I'll line them up and we'll be ready to put the gloves on and put drops of glue on each one of them. Before we start, I should say what we need for this. We're gonna need a set of gloves because crazy glue on your fingers is just it'll get you. Toothpicks. I'll show you what we're doing with the toothpicks next, and then I use the Gorilla Glue gel. Just a little more control with this. It doesn't splash and run all over everything and glue your bait to the tray. You got a lot more control with the gel. And then of course you need the baits and you need the eyes. All right, got my gloves on, and all we're doing is putting drops right where each of these eyes are gonna go. I don't need a lot. I just need, and I actually like to put it, I think the 4-incher doesn't have an eye bump, but the 5 does. If you're doing the 5, there's an eye bump. I put it aft of that eye bump or behind it. The 4s, I don't think they have them. You just place them where you think the eye should go, and basically now we just get our, let's see, 7/32 is what I have here. Yeah, 7/32 or the next one up is good, but I'm gonna use the 7/32. These are fun. These are the prismatic ones. I use the silver and the gold, and these are kind of a pearly prismatic. So this is the tricky part. You want to grab that. You can't really see what I'm doing. I'm going to stick that eye right on the corner there. I'm going to get a toothpick out, because once I neatly place this 3D eye on top of that little blob, I'm using the, there, I just touched the other one. See what I mean about being messy? You place it on there and you use the toothpick to kind of scooch it around to where you need it, and then you push down right in the center of the pupil with it and hold it for like 10 seconds. What that does is it evenly coats that that glue, the gel, and you're actually pushing it down the eye into the plastic, and the glue wraps around the sides of it and grabs the dry surface there. That one's on there pretty good. So that's it. I mean, we're just going to repeat that a bunch of times. Let's see if I get a better close-up for you to really see what I'm doing. The eye's there. I know my finger's in the way, but there it is. Use your toothpick, scooch it around, push down. So once you got, and I got 10 of them here, when I get 10 eyeballs on 10 sides, we're gonna have to flip them. But I walk away from this for a while. Like, I usually just go do something else for half an hour and then come back and know that, you know, everything's gonna be dry. And I can turn them over and just repeat the process. And that's it. That's all I'm doing. It's not rocket science, it's not anything, but it is messy, and the first couple you do are a mess, but you get better at it. And I really believe that the eyeball sells it. It really, it's a difference maker. So, it's sort of tedious, but the cool thing about it all is that I've actually used one of these baits and fished all day. And, you know, the LazTech, like, this is worth doing with a LazTech. I don't know that I would do this with regular soft plastic. Maybe I would. Well, I know that I have in the past, but like, you go through those baits so quick. With a LazTech on, you know, on these kill weighted, like the ZWG or even the finesse bullets is a good thing to rig this on. You're not going through a lot of plastic, so the time you've invested in putting these eyes on is not wasted time, because you're gonna, I mean, I think 2 days ago I was out there and I went through 2 of these baits, and even at the end of the day, the one that, you know, I took off because it was missing an eye, I pluck the eye and I'll recycle it and glue it on another one. So it's definitely worth doing. So one other little detail that I don't think it matters as much with these 4s and 5s, but if you're doing this with the 7-inch Scented Jerk Shad, because of the Procure, the scent that's on there, you may want to, I don't want to say wash them off, I don't mean like soap and water, but like take a paper towel and just wipe the Procure off the head right where you're going to put the eyeballs. I do that with the 7s. I don't even bother with the 4s and 5s because those eyes stick just fine. But you might want to wipe off the Procure with the paper towel before you start this process. Alright, got a pile of these rigged up, ready to go. Last thing I want to show you is how we're rigging them. I make my own heads with the Do It Mold's SWM jig mold, and I use the 2/0 Mustad grip pin hook. These are not the fine wire grip pin hooks, it's just the standard one, and 2/0 is good for the 4s, for sure. The 5s, I've even used them on the 7s because it has such a great compression. But not everyone likes to pour their own lead and do the powder painting and mess with this stuff. And I like to give you another option, and that one, and it's a good option, is the Z-Man ZWG. It's got this little red plastic keeper up near the eyelet. This is a 16th ounce. There's also 8th, and there might be a heavier one. And then it's got this other little rubber stopper, and what this does, you can kind of, once the bait is rigged up there, scooch that up, and that keeps your bait up, you know, up against there, so it just makes it a little bit more weedless. Let me show you the rigging on this. It is important that you rig it straight, so you want to find right in the center of the nose, and I'm only going about as far as where the barb is starting to engage. And we want to look at that, make sure that it's really centered. If it's askew, your bait's going to corkscrew at some point. But that's, yeah, that looks good. So we'll go ahead and get it, push it up past the little rubber stopper, past the weight, and we're going to rotate it around, and it's going to sit right on top of that little red keeper, and the hook kind of goes up in the middle there. We look at where that wants to go across, and then it's good to go. We're gonna poke that through right on the center line. Yep, that is ready to fish. Such a great fish catcher. Thanks for watching. Hope you are inspired to do your own tackle modification or tackle craft. See ya.